Hey guys, in today's video we are going to talk about why sex gets worse over time and what to do about it. So this video is for you if you are in a relationship and you used to have great sex, you used to do it often, and somehow things are not the same anymore. Maybe the passion is gone, maybe it's hard to even get in the mood, or worse, sex is not that great anymore. I am Céline Remy, your intimacy and relationship coach, and I am here to help you bring your sexy back in life. So I'm going to be really honest with you. The reason why most people's sex becomes dull and just not as good is because they take each other for granted. You know, just because you have committed to each other doesn't mean you don't have to put attention in your relationship to give it energy. I want you to think of your relationship as a plant. If you get this beautiful plant and you just leave it in the corner and never feeds it water or even a little bit of extra feeding, it's not going to thrive. Your sex life is the same. It needs regular attention and it needs you to be willing to put energy into it and sometimes maybe try a few new things. Now, I think that there are two myths that people hold on to that makes it hard for them to have sex stay great over time. The first idea that people think is, oh, in order to have sex, I have to already be turned on. What? I mean, it worked fine. When you started your relationship, you always wanted to do it. You were turned on in a heartbeat. But hey, after a few years, you get used to each other and it's not the same. And if you're thinking that in order to have sex, you need to be turned on, and on top of that, your partner needs to be turned on at the same time than you're gonna have to wait a long time before your schedules will somehow magically align. And that's a wrong idea. You need to let go of that if you want to have great sex. You can't just wait until you're turned on or you're in the mood to go for sex. Now, the second myth that people hold on to is that they're thinking that it is their partner's responsibility to make them in the mood, get them in the mood. And this couldn't be further from the truth. You are actually responsible for your own arousal. You cannot put this burden on your partner's shoulders. It is too much. It's hard enough to feel good in your body and feel some arousal without having to take on your partner's arousals too and be responsible for that. So if you let go of these two things, that you have to wait until you're in the mood and your partner needs to get you in the mood, then you can start to create the mood, not just wait for when it magically happens to you. So what does it look like to take responsibility for your own turn on, your own arousal? It means knowing your body and asking for what you want, or giving it to yourself if you're not getting what you want. It means taking care of yourself, giving yourself some self-care, some downtime if you're overworked, if you're stressed out. It's really hard to be in the mood or to feel like being in the mood. So give yourself some self-care, take some time off so that you can relax and show up fully for your partner. Now, also, you need to change your expectations. Most people expect sex to get worse, or they're thinking it's normal for sex to be mediocre. Honestly, if you put the bar so low, of course you're gonna have really low results or just bad sex, and nobody wants that. So you need to start to think that actually these are all wrong ideas, and you need to start to look for positive role models. I am here to tell you that sex does not need to be boring or dull, that sex can get better over time. Because here's the thing. When you know your partner, when you have a deep connection and trust, it's easier to feel safe and open up, or maybe even try new things. As a matter of fact, studies have shown that people, when they are in their midlife, it's easier for them to experience greater sexual satisfaction because they're willing to speak up. They're like, hey, I'm no longer tolerating this. This is what I want, and I'm speaking up. They also know themselves better, and they're willing to do what it takes because they know that life is short and you can't just spend so much time in a mediocre relationship with very average sex. So growing old doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. Sex gets better over time, and it only takes your willingness to explore yourself, to explore your body, to communicate, to drop your inhibitions, and to make time for sex. Because if you're just too busy and you have like those expectations really low, you're never gonna get better. So set time aside to explore each other's body with no time constraint. Educate, watch more of my videos. I have so many more tips for you. Read books, watch movies together, talk about it, and find ways to make your sex life better, because it doesn't have to stay that way. It's only because you are holding on to way old ideas that are not serving you. You deserve pleasure. Sex can get better. You just have to set your mind on it. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to my channel, and of course, watch a few more videos.